What is up, guys? My name is Pocketcraft, and boy oh boy do we have a good one for you today. So today's episode, we're making a super fun farm that can actually be really efficient and give you a lot of the drops that you need. And so this is going to be an automatic passive mob farm, but we're going to use a Vindicator, which I think is a super fun way to do it. And so it's actually a super simple farm. All the materials will be down in the description, so just check there for everything you need. The first step, however, is you need to make sure you are in a plains biome. So make sure you find a plains biome. You can use something like chunk base to find one if you don't know how. And then you're going to want to make sure you're kind of in the middle of a plains biome, so there's a fair amount of room on either side before you go to a different biome. And the first step is just going to be go up really high in the air. So you're going to want to go up to maybe around block 140, 150, around there. So pretty high up. So I'd recommend going to about block 147 or so, and then we can have our platform on 150. So what you're going to do is just build up to block 147. And obviously, if you're in survival, you'd have to just do it like this. But build up to there, and then I'll bring you guys back when I get there. So once you get up to block about 147, it should be pretty high. And now just so you know, the reason we're doing this is because we want to make sure we get the maximum amount of spawns in this farm. And so we need to be high enough that the ground spawns won't happen. So we'll only have spawns up here. So the next step is you need to make a platform up here. And it doesn't need to be super big, but the bigger you make it, the probably easier it'll be. And so the main thing that you need is just chests, right? So this is going to be the platform for your chests. And so what I would do is just put chests right here, just like this, and then put a hopper going down into it, just like that. But one really important thing, you're going to make sure you light this area up. And so you can start with just one chest, but I'll show you guys really quickly. If you start to use this farm a lot and don't empty this chest enough, or if you're going to AFK for a really long time, then what I would recommend you do is that you come down here, and to expand the storage, it'll be super easy. You can just break out this right here. You can make another chest a couple blocks below, and then you can just have another hopper. You'd have to crouch and place it going into like that. So you'd expand the storage like that and make it pretty easy. There's a little bit prettier ways you could do it as well, but I'll let you guys figure that out. But the next step is you're gonna wanna build up to where the hopper is, and then go one block higher like this, and then one block above that. And so the reason for that is that we're going to have the minecart with a hopper will be rolling around here. And then this right here is actually going to be our spawning platform. So now what you need to do is get out some grass blocks. And so to get a grass block, you'll need a tool with silk touch. It could be a pickaxe or a shovel or anything. And preferably you do this all in grass blocks, and that'd be a little bit easier. But technically, you could just use one grass block and have the rest be dirt blocks, because if you have a grass block and a dirt block, eventually the grass will spread. But if you use grass blocks from the beginning, you'll be able to start using your farm a lot sooner. So we're going to make our spawning platform soon. That's where this grass block starts at. But before we do that, we're going to want to make the collection system. I think it'll be a little bit easier to do that first. And so what you're going to do is place, you could either do wooden slabs or just wooden blocks, or any block in general, actually. Any solid block will work. I'll do a slab. You will need at least one slab right here off of the hopper, though, so that your chest can still open, or you could just do another hopper here. So we'll put one slab right there, and then what you want to do is we're going to make a 12 by 12 spawning area here. If you want to go bigger or smaller, you can. I wouldn't go too much smaller or too much bigger, though, if I were you, but it's up to you. But just make sure that the spawning area and then this area need to match up perfectly. And so what I would do is put the one block here, so start at the slab here and go over 5 more blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'll be a total of 6 blocks, including the slab. And then start at this block right here and add 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And so including the hopper and the block that we had right here already, that should be a total of 6 blocks as well, which should lead us with a 12 block area right here. So come over to one of the corners here and go out 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that should be 12, including that block right there. And then what you need to do is just fill in this entire area here. So fill in the outline first, I would suggest. We want a 12 by 12 area, and then fill in the entire middle. Okay, so now we need to make the rail system for the farm. And so before we do that, there's one important thing that we'll have to do to prepare for the rail system. So go to the corner, one of the corners here, by the hopper, and go 1, 2, 3 over, and break this entire row. Once you have this entire row broken, what you're going to need to do, come down to one of the sides here, put one block here, and then one block here, and one block here, and then you can break these 2 blocks, and then you need to come by and you need to make a block like this going all the way down. So fill that up. Once you've done that, put redstone torches all the way down just like this. Then once you finish the redstone torches, cover these back up with normal blocks. And so just so you guys know, there is one alternative to this. Theoretically, instead of putting the redstone torches there, you could put a redstone block on every single one of these blocks, and you wouldn't have to put any of those lower blocks. Just replace these blocks with redstone blocks. That would work as well. However, it would be a lot more expensive, so the choice is totally up to you. And then after those ones, go over here to 1 block, do the same area from this side, right? So 1, 2, 3, and then delete this entire row. Do the same exact thing that we did over there. So I'll do that really quick and then bring you guys back. So now that we've done that, we can start placing our rails. So what you're gonna wanna do is put 1 normal rail right here on top of the hopper, then 1 normal rail, then 1 powered rail, then go normal rails all the way down here. And you only have to crouch when it's on the hopper. You don't have to crouch after that. Then put a normal rail here at the corner, then 1 powered rail, which should turn on if you did the torch thing correctly. Then come over to the other side here, put 1 normal rail, 1 powered rail, and then normal, 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 powered. That one should turn on. So now we need to power these 2 rails. So what you're gonna do is put 1 lever here, flick it on, then 1 lever here and flick it on. Those should both be powered. And now we just need to make the rail system here, which is pretty simple. Just follow this with rails until you get to the spot where we had the power rail here. Put a powered rail right there. The normal rail, just like this in this pattern. And then keep going like this and follow this same exact pattern, which will show a little bit more down here of, oops, this should be a powered rail, then a powered rail. And just do this all the way across the entire thing. So once you're finished, it should look something like this. And so just one quick thing, sometimes rails will be a little bit weird and they'll go the wrong direction, which is totally fine. All you usually have to do is just break a couple rails and then you can get it going the right direction. And then just a reminder that these blocks right here don't need to be wood. It can be any solid block, will work just fine. I'm just using wood, so you can use whatever you guys would like. But the next step here is we need to put down a minecart with a hopper, and you may have to give it a nudge, but it should go all the way around. And it'll go all the way around through all these, and then it'll go back off at the hopper here and depart all the items into the chest. And for those of you guys that don't know, a minecart with a hopper will pick up any items that fall on the block above it, which is why we need that there. And so now the next step is go, starting at this grass block, and fill in every single block that's above the rails. So fill in this entire 12 by 12 area with grass blocks, or if you don't have a whole lot of grass blocks, 1 grass block or a couple grass blocks, and then the rest is dirt, and then wait until it all turns into grass. So once we have our 12 by 12 area, we need to build a wall around it. So grab any solid block you want, place 1 right here, and then place 1 above it, and then you can break the block below, and place 1 above that, and then just make a 2 by 2 wall going all the way around your entire grass platform here. So once you have your wall here, you want to light this area up to make sure that no mobs will spawn in here. So an easy way you could do that is go on to your wall here, maybe go like 1, 2, 3, or 4 blocks over, and then go 1 block higher, and then build about 2 blocks out, and then grab either jack-o'-lanterns or sea lanterns or shroom light or something like that, and place 1. Or if you're really scared, you could go maybe like 4, something like that. And then go over and do that on all 4 corners. So I'll do that really quickly. So once you build this, it should provide plenty of light to make sure no mobs spawn in here. Now you also don't want any mobs spawning on your walls here. So there's a couple things you could do. You could cover them with slabs, or you could just throw some torches on here. They'll probably be fine because they're close enough to the jack-o'-lanterns, but it's always a little bit better safe than sorry. So it's up to you about whether or not to add these torches or slabs. But I mean, once we get the Vindicator in here, which will be a little bit of work, you're definitely not going to want to have this farm get messed up in any way. And so now we actually have this area right here is done. So there's just a couple more things that we need to do to make this farm work. So one quick thing is we need to get the Vindicator in here, right? And so there are ways you could change this farm. If you don't want to deal with a Vindicator, what I would suggest doing is make the collection system a little bit lower. Then what you could do is break some blocks randomly like this, and then lower down the collection system, obviously. Put trapdoors here, and then put magma blocks down 2 blocks below, and the passive mobs will just walk across because they'll see the trapdoors as a walkable block. They'll fall down to magma blocks, and you can collect their drops that way. And so that would work, but I think it's a lot more fun to use a Vindicator, so that's what we're going to do. So what you need to do is build a staircase going all the way down to ground level. So build a staircase going all the way down to ground level. And then what you're going to want to do is do rails on it. So pretend this is your rail line that's going all the way up to the farm there. What you're going to want to do is we need to trap a Vindicator, right? And so the two easiest ways to do this, in my opinion, so if you happen to be near Woodland Mansion, you can just take one from there pretty easily or bring it through the nether. That wouldn't be too bad, but I think there's a way, way easier method to do this. If you're anywhere near a village, which I'm sure most of you will have found a village in your world. If you don't, I have a video on how to find them. And so what I would recommend is go to a village and start a raid. And if you don't know how to start a raid, it's pretty simple. Just kill one of the pillagers with the little banner above them. If you don't know how, you can look up. There's plenty of videos about how to do it. And so just when a raid starts, there will be Vindicators as part of it. What I would recommend is kill every other member of the raid party. And then when it's just a Vindicator left, trap him in a boat. Just like that. And then you can use a lead on the boat or just build your railway going all the way to where the Vindicator is. And then you can break the boat. And what you would do is put a minecart across on the railway like this. Break the boat. And then right now I'm in creative, so he's not going to come after me. But if you switch your game mode to survival, he's going to come after you. And so just get across from the minecart. And he should walk right into it. And then I'm going to go back to creative because he hit me once and I almost died because I have no armor. But we'll go back to creative. And then what you want to do is just give him a nudge. And he will shoot all the way up to your farm. So I'm going to pretend we made the railway all the way up to the farm. And then I'll get you guys up to there right now. So once you have your Vindicator up here, there's one thing that you're going to have to do. And this is something that you might actually want to do before you push him up here just to make sure he doesn't despawn because he's getting really far away. So I would recommend that once you trap him in the minecart down there, do this step and then push him up. But you'll want to make sure you break away all of this stuff. But before you do that, what you want to do is place down an anvil. And you could have an anvil in your base and do it later. And then you'll need a name tag. If you don't know how to get a name tag, you can trade with them from librarian villagers when they get to their max level. And you can check out my villager trading hall to do how to do that. It's super easy. And then what we need to do is name the name tag Johnny. And so put one name tag in here, not 64. Luckily, I'm in creative, so it's no big deal, but probably just do one. Name it Johnny, just like that. And then name him Johnny. And then what you're going to want to do is push him in to here. You'll have to be really careful because he'll be aggro at this point. But break the box right there. And then I'll show you really quickly. I'll spawn like a sheep in to show you how this works. When you name a Vindicator Johnny, he immediately just attacks everything he sees. And so when mobs spawn in here, he's just going to go and kill them all. But however, mobs do not spawn when you're right here. So you'll want to break all the things that go up to here. But after you do that, what you're going to want to do is build up a place where you can AFK. And so I'll show you how to do that right now. So what you're going to want to do is go back to your area over here and go to the block where you had originally built up. And now you're going to want to build this up to block 158 would be about perfect. And so you need to be at least 25 blocks away, I believe, for mobs for there to spawn. So since we are at block 150 for our platform, if you go up to block 178, excuse me, I think I said 158. You're going to want to go up to block 178, just like this. Put a glass block there. Don't fall off. Then put a glass block there, there. One right here, here. You don't have to use glass here, but it would definitely be preferable because you'll be able to see through it. So what I would recommend is just do a 3x3 area. And I don't know if you guys saw that, but it already started working. There was a pig that spawned and Johnny killed him. And so what you want to do is just build a little glass wall here to enclose yourself so that you can see what's going on. Build a roof above it as well. Just put a door right there. And then you'll probably want to put a torch in there and put a torch right here. And then you can sit in here and AFK for hours and Johnny will go ham and take care of all the mobs. But before you do that, you're going to want to make sure you need to grab ladders and place them all the way up this thing right here so you can get up and down to every area of your farm really easily. And so what I'm going to do is go and sit in the AFK spot for about 10 minutes and just see how much stuff this farm gets. You'll probably want to do a little platform right here so it'll be easier to get off, and make sure you put torches here as well So no mob spawn, and just keep going down with your ladders. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. So let's go down here and let's see what we've got. So he has been working. I know I've seen some stuff. So we'll go to the bottom chest here. And wow. All right, so 10 raw mutton, 1 piece of black wool, 5 pieces of white wool. That's a lot. I think the most valuable thing to me here is all the leather and meat. This is actually pretty good. That was better than I expected, if I'm being honest. And so if you were to AFK here overnight, you would have enough food for like forever and lots of wool and all sorts of other stuff. And that's literally it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing. We're working really hard to reach that 1,000 subscriber goal. And if everybody who watches this video subscribes, I'll hopefully be able to get there. But thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And hope you guys all have a fantastic rest of your day. And I'll catch you guys all in that next video.